On January 26, 2010, Mayor Dwight C. Jones delivered his inaugural State of the City address.
During my campaign for mayor of this great city, I set a clear goal, and that goal was to build a better Richmond. And to build a better Richmond, we're going to need to improve upon our past successes, and we're going to have to look to the future with renewed senses of vision and optimism.
In that address, promises were made.
We are going to build schools in the city of Richmond.
Bars were set.
Even as we meet the present-day challenges, we've got to position ourselves for growth.
And a path was laid forth that would carry Richmond forward.
We are determined and we are driven by purpose, and even though we are challenged by difficulty at this present moment in history, you need to know that Richmond has always survived, and Richmond will continue to survive.
The plan laid out would see Richmond become more efficient, both economically.
We've got to look to and prepare for the future. This is the time when we will need more innovation and consolidation of our service delivery system. We just want to know what's on your mind. You're out there, you're doing the job, so you know where the efficiencies can be achieved.
I want to report to you that we have a $6.7 million positive budget variance. And since I've been there, I have not been able to tell you anything as good as that.
And Richmond become more efficient environmentally.
A city with major attributes like a multimodal transportation system, a revitalized and vibrant downtown, world-class education, clean and green. We're taking steps toward creating a greener Richmond and a healthier James River by replacing the lights in our traffic signals with LED lights, and by making sure that the 4 new schools we build are LEED certified. We're trying to change our garbage truck fleet to use compressed natural gas.
The plan would also see Richmond strengthen its economic development efforts.
In order to grow our way out of this economic challenge, in order for us to remain resilient, we need to embark on an aggressive economic community development strategy.
Dwight Jones, I'm a big fan of his. He really gets it in terms of economic development and really what drives the economy and creates opportunities.
All of us know that small businesses are the engine that make the economy of America run, and we recognize that this is the kind of business that we want to see thrive, and we want to see more businesses like this in our city. So we are addressing issues like this by developing loan programs. We're providing gap funding to help get stalled projects off the ground.
And with economic development comes the need for workforce development.
We will have a true workforce development effort and become much more effective as a facilitator for attracting and attaining both large and small employers, creating jobs and preserving neighborhoods. We have to approach workforce development from an economic development perspective rather than from a purely social services model. Our approach is comprehensive and calls upon both disciplines to ensure success. Workforce development is part of the city's comprehensive economic development strategy.
And not just the development of our current workforce, but the need to make our young people, our future workforce, ready for the lives that lay ahead of them.
These young people will require a variety of work experiences so that they will be exposed to what will mean an active participation in today's and tomorrow's global economy. And so I'm excited tonight to announce that we're launching the Mayor's Summer Works Initiative.
We've got to start by making sure that you have the opportunity to be a part of the workforce. And what we want to do is to prepare you so that you will be able to go to the interview, you will be able to have the skills necessary to get the jobs, so that when we bring the companies here, you will be able to work here.
And through all of this, the city has recognized the need and imperative of resident input.
I will continue to communicate with the citizens of Richmond directly and honestly. I will cooperate and collaborate with all of those who share a common vision and the goal of building a better Richmond.
We want very much to have your input and to have your ideas as it relates to the budget.
All of these things are going to be answered, and they're not going to be answered by me or by my administration, but they will be answered by you, and we look forward to the design that comes from these discussions. But tonight is where the rubber meets the road, and you have the opportunity not only to receive the reports from the commissions, but also to make determinations and to make choices from those reports, and so the ball is in your court.
And even the development of a community communications resource, the mayor's participation and communication core.
And beginning on February 15th, we will host precinct-level meetings to work with residents on the guiding principles of impact.
To improve our services, the neighborhood conditions through community engagement. That means that we're going to be depending on you to help us know when there are issues in the community, and we're going to engage you in helping us find solutions. We want to strengthen communication, we want to strengthen collaboration, we want to strengthen partnerships, and we want increased accountability.
And despite the challenges the city faces, the Jones administration has never stopped investing in the basics: paving roads, fixing streetlights, renovating libraries, and improving customer service.
And so our capital budget has $11 million for improvements to roadways, which includes paving, sidewalks, trees, and bridges. We have more than doubled the amount of money in the budget for these types of projects.
And to the Jones administration, outstanding schools are a part of that basic need that all Richmond residents deserve.
We'll be breaking ground for 2 elementary schools this year, a new middle school, and a new Huguenot High School next year. And our schools are going to be models of innovation and creativity in urban education. This is a great day, and so there should be some excitement and some enthusiasm, because we are doing what we have not done in many years. We are building new schools in the city of Richmond. I think that deserves a round of applause. And I say it everywhere I go, and so it's worth saying again. I'm very proud of the fact that 100% of our schools are fully accredited.
As the Jones administration was breaking ground on new schools, they were also breaking down barriers, as Fire and Emergency Services promoted 6 members to the rank of battalion chief, 4 of whom were African American and 2 of whom were women, the first ever to hold this rank in the city of Richmond.
It is really a joy for me to be here to see these persons promoted to battalion chief, see these women taking on this great responsibility.
They also saw the retirement of Richmond's and the region's first accelerant detection dog, Bailey, and his replacement sworn in on the same day. There were also breakthroughs in entertainment and quality of life here in the city of Richmond. Richmond greeted the return of baseball with record attendance for the whole season. The city saw Forest Hill Park Lake restored to its former glory, and the installation of a hugely successful seasonal outdoor ice rink at 6th and Broad.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to RVA on Ice. And tonight we come and see 6th and Broad Street transformed into our own little Rockefeller Center right here in Richmond.
The city also appreciates the continued investment and support from its partners.
And I know we've been most appreciative to the support we've gotten from the city administration. And so there's a great deal of credibility that the city has built up with us in the last year and a half.
Richmond is quickly becoming a Tier 1 city. The residents know it, the business owners know it, and the Jones administration is making sure the nation knows it. On March 26th, the City of Richmond submitted the application for the Google Fiber for Communities project. On September 6th, the city was awarded second runner-up in the Best Tennis Town contest. In October, the city announced that it would be one of the few test cities for Ford's electric vehicles. And in December, the city announced its intention to bid for the 2015 UCI World Road Cycling Championships. This bid is not just for Richmond, but for the United States as a whole.
So I would like to officially announce that next year, Richmond will proudly represent the United States of America to the international cycling community when we submit a bid to host the 2015 UCI Road World Championships. Mayor Jones, what kind of city do you want Richmond to be? We just heard from Mayor Riley. Do you want it to be like Charleston? Or perhaps do you want it to be like Charlotte or Atlanta? I was clear then, and I'm clear now. I don't want Richmond to be an imitation of Charleston. I don't want Richmond to be a little Atlanta, nor do I want Richmond to look like Charlotte. We have enough natural, wonderful attributes in our city that we don't have to copy anybody. And my answer to the question is that I want Richmond to be Richmond so that in years that are to follow, people will come here to find out what we have done.
The City of Richmond is changing and evolving every day, moving forward on a path of prosperity, hope, and drive. Be a part of the process, join together, and help build a better Richmond.